Yo, what's good? We are the Moonlight, the identical twin R&B duo, and you're watching PopShift. We were working on our tracks in college. We would just create the song, work on it, then just drop it. By our 10th song, this producer Sledgren hit us up on Twitter, and he just said that he wanted to send us some production, like what's your email? And then we looked him up, and he was like this huge producer affiliated with Taylor Gang, like Wiz Khalifa, and we were like, yo, we really don't have the money for your beats. Maybe like in a year, hopefully we could spend some of our like Spotify funds on your beats. And he's like, nah, like I'm actually a huge fan. Just send me your email, keep working, and I'll just drop some fire in your bit inbox. We gave him our email. He sent us like 25, 30 beats in the first email. It took us a little while to adjust to his beats because they were really unique. But after it clicked, he was like, yo, this shit's fire. Behind the scenes, he would be playing it for like Wiz, The Weeknd, Travis Scott. He would just play it for like everyone, just to get like their opinion on it, because it was it's a unique sound, so he wanted to see what everyone else thought. And when people were like, yo, like, who are these guys? Like, it's really fire. Even Usher walked into the studio one time with Wiz and Sledgren, and he was like, yo, like, what is this? And Sledgren was like, yeah, it's these twins, they're the Moonlight. And Usher was like, oh shit, let me hop on it instead. And then Wiz was like, nah, like these guys are brand new, I'm gonna put them on. So from that day on, we kind of knew that like the bond was tight with like all of Taylor Gang, and then he called us out to New York City for the Rolling Papers 2 listening party. That's actually when we found out for the first time that our songs were even on his album. At first we were like kind of iffy, like, do we want to make music in India? Like, we don't know if that's the lane we want to go in. But the more we talked to people, the more we saw artists like Zach Knight, like Mickey Singh, all these guys, we thought that we could incorporate our style that like Wiz and these mainstream American rappers and artists like, and combine it with like what India likes and make something really cool. So we're not signed in America yet. We just have our deal with Sledgren and like Taylor Gang and all that. But soon, like we'll move to LA soon, and then we're looking at some labels in LA. But build ourselves as much as we can, build our brand and everything, so that when we do present ourselves to a label, they're like these guys have the whole package. They have global sound, foreign sounds, international sounds, and have multiple collaborations in the US with big artists, and let's give them this amount and sign them. So we both just sit down, yeah. The mic is in the middle, and us two will be like on the left and the right, and we'll just hear the beat. If we know right away, like, oh, I'll sound better on this, or he'll sound better on this part, I'll do the hook, he'll do the verse, or we'll even do I'll do half the hook, he'll do half the hook. It just depends on the beat, what we're feeling that day, and we just make it work. And we have a list on our phone. Yeah, like we have this like massive list on our phone of like all our features, all the beats we got sent from different producers. Like there's TM88. We actually have like 4 or 5 more with Wiz, just not sure when he wants to release those. Ty Dolla $ign, Roy Woods, E40, hopefully Travis. We have some collaborations in India coming out too. Ika, he's an Indian rapper. A couple with Badshah. Kumar. Yeah, Raj Kumar for sure, yeah. I'm Krish, he's Akash. I'm Akash. Sometimes we go by Love and Kush. Yeah. Either way works, real name or nickname. Yeah. But our name before was LUVKUSH. We had to change our name due to some legal stuff with some random company called Love Kush, like LOVE space Kush. We were actually on the phone with our parents. Yeah. And then we were like, yo, we're struggling with this name change. Like, what does our last name mean? And then they were like, oh, it means the Moonlight. We're like, the fuck? That's lit. So we looked up like the translation, made sure it was legit. And then we're like, okay, our name is the Moonlight with the X's. Done deal. The hardest part would be like people telling us apart, I guess. Like to us it's fine. Like I don't care. I mean, it's not really hard on our part. It's actually kind of cool in a way, because people, like even if no one even knows who we are, we just walk into some venue or some event where there's music people, or it just makes it easier to connect since we're twins, but at the same time like it's a little harder to become personal, like more deeply personal with someone, because they kind of think of us as one person together. When we work, it's easy because we know what each other's thinking before we even like say it. We're like, oh, I already knew he was gonna do that. Sometimes it can get hard, like if we're in the studio for the first time with a new producer or a new artist. Like Wiz actually was really understanding. He was like, okay, they do their parts, I'll let them do whatever they want. I'm not gonna control whatever their artistic freedom, their creative freedom. I'll let them do whatever. But sometimes we'll be in studios and the artist will want something specific, and he'll be like, no, like I want this sound. And usually we like both of our voices to be on the song. And sometimes it gets complicated with like them choosing which one of us to sing, and we're like, no, but we want to both be on it and stuff like that.
But they usually don't care.
Yeah, they usually don't care, and we always figure it out. One of us will do background shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Even right when we started doing covers, we got a lot of hate. Like, people on Facebook would say like, yo, this is trash. In person, they would tell us it's trash. Some people would see like the vision and see the potential and be like, okay, I can hear the voice, it's good. The production's not very good. Like, we just record on a freaking like office headset mic. Like, obviously it's not gonna sound good. We're making music in high school. 4 years later, you just gotta keep going, and you're gonna evolve as you like become more mature. So I think just explore all the options when you're young, and then prioritize it when as you grow older.
They basically just like trickle down, get rid of the things that like waste your time or take up too much of your time, and focus on what you really want to do, and
time manage yourself. In the South Asian community where we live in the Bay Area, like even now until like last week, we had parents calling our parents, telling them like take them out of music, keep them back in real estate, or put them in engineering or something. Before we used to show up, they used to not give a shit. Like, oh, it's a classic, like the twins showing up nice. But now when we show up, they're like, oh, like my son said this about your song, or like I heard this new song from you. Like, they're all listening to our stuff, and they're 50 years old, listen to our music. It's like really cool to see in the South Asian community.
So if the aunties like it, you're
good.
Oh man, you're set for life.